Okay, let's frickin' go, baby. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hello. Hi, Keith. Hi, Alex. Alex is gonna be stream daddy, baby. We missed you last week, friends. Scuttle. Alright, let's just, let's jump into it, my guys. It says day 31. I meant to write day 3. That's okay. So yeah, so we are on, hold on, I'm just gonna change where my window is because I don't like it. Of course. Sorry, I have to do this again. Okay. Been pestering that poor woman for 29 days. Alright, so if you remember, we did a bunch of stuff last time, but if you remember at the start of the day, we sold our father's painting for $100, so now we have $100, which is great. Do we still have our stolen cop badge? We do. Ridiculous. And we're gonna be trying to track down that weird... What can you tell me about voodoo? Yeah, so we're gonna try and track down that lady that we saw at the voodoo store. And besides that, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I know Grace has messages for us, so we should get those messages.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Are you sure you don't know anything about animal masks?
I don't. Honest.
What did you miss anyway? Let's see. We talked to a bunch of people. We talked to a fancy hot lady who lives in a big mansion. We talked to the guy that runs the Voodoo Museum. We talked to a white lady called something Moonbeam. And she was some new age nonsense. And she was talking about voodoo, and she danced around with her snake, and we stole a snake skin. What else did we do? We helped an artist out, and then we got the artist to work on the fucking drawings that we found, the voodoo drawings. We also had the like white lady translate some of the like voodoo stuff that we found. I don't know. We did a lot. It didn't amount to much. Oh, but the biggest thing that we did, I think, was that we stole our friend's police badge and we impersonated a police officer. Did she talk about indigo children? She didn't, but it was those vibes. It was those vibes. She danced around with her snake. And she was like, isn't it inspiring? And I was like, no.
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they're interrogating a suspect this morning and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Cool. Anything else?
Do you have more messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours. I took down his number. If you change your mind and want to give him a call back, just ask me for it.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Wolfgang Ritter.
I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Okay.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Okay, should we try and do that phone call first, do you think? So one of the things is that, like, basically, as far as all the voodoo stuff goes, it's kind of this thing where it's like, the museum owner seems to know more than he's letting on. The white lady doesn't seem to know anything. And the one person who seems to actually know shit about voodoo, who is Buddy, who runs the Dixie Pharmacy, still will not talk to us. Which is fair. We're a terrible white boy. How do I call this number? Do I have to use it on the phone? Is this a phone?
It's customary to pick it up first.
Oh, game, you don't have to condescend to me. My goodness. Oh. Okay. This... All right. Okay. 4909.
There's nothing there
Nope.
to offer.
3. Fuck. 2, 4. And then 4 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do this wrong? Okay. All right. 4909. 3, 2, 4. 2, 3.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht?
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
This is Gabriel Knight. Why are you calling me Mr. Ritter?
I have been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain on the phone. I have had senses, feelings about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I had a sense that Heinz had a grandson, but until these dreams started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Yes, Heinz was my brother. There is much about the family that you should know, Gabriel. Come to Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. It is our family home. I will tell you everything when you come. You must come immediately. You are in great danger there.
Look, I appreciate the family spirit and all, but frankly I don't know you from Adam, and I'm not going to fly off to Germany even if I could afford it.
Gabriel, please. If you won't listen, at least let me send you something. It is a journal from one of your ancestors. Promise me you will read it.
Well, I'm pretty busy.
Please, Gabriel, you are the last of our line. I am too old to carry on. You are our last hope. Please, for your family, read the journal.
All right, I'll look at it.
Or what's happening?
Now be careful and come to me as soon as you can. Goodbye.
Well, it's going to take 50 weeks to arrive. It's 93. What's the post system like? Well, I don't know. Maybe if this guy lives in a town that's like the same name as his last name, then maybe he can afford to have like overnight delivery. I don't know. Sorry, 1 second. You know, I don't know. Oh, verb. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's read the paper.
Times Picayune, dated June 20, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting
Thanks for the
font.
resub, 8 months.
Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University.
University.
Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
He's like, everyone's telling me I'm in danger. I wish everyone would just lighten the fuck up. All right, let's get out of here.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
See ya.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, we weren't done. I forgot that we had the list of
Hey, Grace.
phone numbers.
Here I am.
Oh, joy.
I forgot that when we finished last time, Grace gave us a list of phone numbers that could potentially be the lady that was at the Dixieland Pharmacy.
Somewhere there's a New Orleans phone book missing one of its C pages.
Okay. For fuck's sakes, you guys. Okay. You guys want 1993 simulator where we're just like using a fucking phone book and just calling random fucking people trying to find the right person? So yeah, so we're looking at these numbers here. So they're all okay. So the first one's 555. The stream is now me trying to read numbers on this fucking piece of paper. And writing them down. Well, 80. 3, 5. 12. 37. Okay. Hey, World Travel Agency. I wonder if we could call them and find out about, going to Germany. Huh? PC games, you have to take notes in order to play. Dad vibes. Yeah, absolutely dad vibes. Okay. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't mind having to take notes. I don't know. I just don't like it when it's phone numbers, you know? Okay, so let's try the first one. So it's 555, 1270.
Hello.
Hi, is this the Kazanu
Hi.
residence?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
All right, let's harass more people. Can you imagine cold calling strangers? This is terrifying. This is a horror game right here, just so you all know. This is true terror. This is what our ancestor...
Hello, Casanu residence?
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
This was the deadly
A
premonition.
woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Kazanu was inside it.
Dixieland drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Okay, that's 2. I hate calling my own doctor. I hate calling anyone. Oh, fuck. I hate that it makes the fucking button noises even if it's not on. Stupid. 1280.
Hello?
Hello?
This
I'm
is
calling
her.
from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro,
This
be
is her.
quiet. Who is this?
Her dog's called Castro.
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so that's her. How am I... Okay, so I just looked at the hint, and I would have never figured this out. But I'm gonna write down another number that's here. I was distracted by the travel agency, and I didn't consider the veterinary clinic. And that phone call very helpfully reminded us that she has a dog. So I don't know how exactly this is gonna work. Oh my gosh. Cajun Critters Veterinary Clinic specializing in canine care. Thank you, Elf Nero. You've been subscribed for 6 months. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, friend. Very appreciated. 6170.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Our doctors see just about any type of animals, but we don't get many snakes.
Okay, thanks.
Let's call her back. Oh.
Gabriel never has figured out how to operate the memory file.
Well, why is it there? Fuck off.
Cajun Critters.
This is me again, Melissa. Do you know anything about animal sacrifice, Melissa?
Know anything about animal sacrifice?
What are you, some kind of sicko?
Okay, let me back in. Melissa! Melissa!
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you have a Madame Kazonu as a client?
Madame Kazanu? Sure, I know her. She's not here right now, though.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
He is the most suspicious sounding caller. I'm worried about Castro's mystery dance lesson.
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. Well, I guess if you know Castro...
Ma'am!
Okay. Her address is 345 Dauphine.
Thanks.
Time to stalk this old woman. What in the fucking world? Do you think we can call the,
Those two?
No, I know. No. Do you think we can call the travel agency? Like, can we call all of these people, you think? I'm just curious. What if we just sat here calling people all day? I'm gonna try the travel agency. Why not? No, put that down. Well, you know we're dogs, so you must be nice. Ah! Alright, I don't know if this will work, but let's try it.
Hello. See the World Travel Agency. How may I help you?
How much for a trip to Rittersberg, Germany?
How much for a trip to Rittersberg, Germany?
Rittersberg, Germany? Hold on, let me look that up. I can fly you into Munich. That's the closest airport to Rittersberg. You can rent a car from there, or take the train. Let's see. The best price I can see
wow,
for
that's
the
really
flight
cheap.
Is $1,400. What would you like to do?
I can't afford it. Sorry.
I can't afford it. Sorry.
I see. Goodbye.
I see. Goodbye. You know, and you're fucking poor. Well, that was fun. Okay, so... Let's see, we got some different stuff we can do.
I'll be back later.
So I'm just looking at something for the... Okay, apparently we need to go to the Dixon drugstore first. So we're gonna get on our motorcycle and off we go. Hi.
Hi.
I want to buy the fucking crocodile
Can I ask
mask.
you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
This man hates you. $1,400 in 1990 is the equivalent of purchasing power to about $3,000 today. Okay, well, fair enough.
Are you still interested in selling that crocodile mask?
Or you show me $100 and the mask is yours.
Great. Well, I have $100. I'll show it to you. Here you go.
I have $100. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's $100, sure enough. The mask, it's yours, son.
He's like, that sure is $100. Well, now we have this thing.
Here you go. Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll just put that in my coat.
Don't forget your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck oil instead.
Well, I wasn't thinking a man as young as you would be needing that kind of remedy. But if you're having problems...
Damn!
Oh, that's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks, anyway.
Of course, it ain't none of my business if you do need it.
I don't need it.
Of course you don't.
This man bullying the shit out of us, and I love it. Wow. Alright, let's leave. Perfect. Did dang thing. Some other things that we're supposed to do. I would like to go to the police station. That's what I would like to do, personally. Guys, I don't know what it is. My house is so warm right now. Should we talk to Jim Cummings? Officer Jim Cummings.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know.
Love him. Love him. Alright, let's go, do you think our friend has noticed that his badge is gone? You know? Beep, boom, beep, ba, boom, bam, beep. Oh.
You son of... Give me back my badge. Now, Knight!
Sure. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
You figured it out.
You borrow it again and you're history. About that. Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects.
God, Mosley.
I'm sure it'll be invigorating.
We're a novelist.
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. Well, he's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square. Pushing coke? He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
Whoa.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. You been present at the so-called voodoo ritual?
A-cab.
I don't know nothing. I told you.
Oh, I love him, whoever he
Come
is.
on now, you can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look. I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go, man.
Now, you relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were plainclothesmen.
Plain clothes. Like you could fool them. They know I'm here.
A-cab.
They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Now, who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murder?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. Now, you tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you in the witness protection program. But you have to earn it.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Don't make me laugh. Jesus, just let me out of here.
Now, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
By now they know I'm here. I mean, it's different when I'm supposed to come here. Well, if I can send a message. Tell them I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's freaking useless. Take him back to detain him, would you, Tony?
Oh, I didn't have to throw him. My goodness.
I tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum and damn the civil rights.
Pardon?
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn! We only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I might have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. For the book, I mean. Maybe you can punch it up some. You know, what they call that. Fiction, that's it.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do.
Fuck Mosley.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Let's insult him.
Have you ever called the hair club for men?
I'd rather have no hair than your hair, Knight.
Let's insult him more.
So how'd you ever find anything in this office? It looks like ground zero.
Hey, I get my job done. I'm a detective, not Betty Crocker.
Weird. I don't even know if there's anything else we're supposed to do here. I guess that's it, actually. There's nothing else that we're supposed to do here. Alright, well, fuck Mosley. Let's go. Get fucked, Mosley.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Have a good one.
I'm gonna write in my book what a piece of shit you are. How about that? Ooh, okay, so we have some other things that we can do. I'm just looking at the list. Like, I'm very quietly just looking at the guide, like, the whole time, you guys. There's something to do here, which is great, because I love being here. I love it. It's great. I love how easy it is to go from one part of the park to the other. Remember we got the lucky dog? That was fun. Oh, here we go. Just like a real park.
The booth is a colorful melange.
Melange.
It announces the owner as Madame Lorelei and gives prices for palm reading, $20, crystal ball gazing, $15, and birth charts, $50. Madame Lorelei lounges at the booth, fondling her snake.
She's doing what? Sorry? She's... Pardon?
Come on, boys. Hoopla.
There she goes.
She's busy at the moment.
She's busy.
Thanks, boys.
Pardon? What was that? She's left her snake on the floor in the park? Huh. Hey, stop it! Stop it! No! Ma'am! Ma'am!
Gabriel doesn't want to... Gabriel doesn't...
Sorry, I'm trying to...
The booth is a colorful melange. The owner is currently plying a different sort of wares, however.
That's Grasty. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I have, like, the guide. Touch grass, Gabriel. Pick up grass. The guide is telling me that I need to, like...
Thanks, boys.
Gabriel doesn't want to take that out of the
He doesn't want to touch the grass. Apparently, we're supposed to, like, take a snake scale from her?
boys.
Stop it! No! No! My God, woman! Ma'am! Look at her go, though. Banned from Hoopla. Never seen so much Hoopla. She just keeps going.
Madam Lorelei would... Madam... That doesn't... Madam Lorelei...
I'm just trying to see if I'm supposed to interact with her shit while she's dancing, you know?
Thanks, boys.
Could I ask you a few questions, Madame Lorelei?
The only answers I give are given in my reading. I'm sure your palm would be quite interesting.
Could I ask you a few questions, Madame
The only...
Okay. That's a nice snake you have there.
That's a nice snake you have there.
I could say the same of you.
Pardon?
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
What?
That's personal.
Stop! It's like every 3 seconds she has to do this. Sorry, my guide says that I have to extract the snake scale from her veil, but it doesn't say how to do this. So I'm just stuck here watching this woman do this. Can I push this over?
Why do that to the boot?
Because I'm mad. 'Cause I'm pissed.
Why do that to the boot?
From her veil. Just hoopla. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, boys. How's business?
How's business?
How's business? I have no time for such dull conversation, darling.
How about a reading?
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
They seem a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing.
This woman.
But I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are.
Could you just do a short reading for an intimate friend?
Could you just do a short reading for an
She's busy
friend?
dancing, Keith.
Darling, you toy with me. If I thought you were serious. But no, I must stay firm.
I'd really like to know more about the snake.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
Sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
Oh, nothing?
Then move aside, sweetie. But stay where I can look at you, okay?
Who is this woman? What am I supposed to do?
Madam Lorelei seems less approachable when she's behind that booth.
Maybe I have to grab her.
Come on, boys. Hoopla.
Hoopla. Yeah, maybe I have to dance with her? How do I do that? Oh.
Not a bad idea. Ooh, baby, I love the way you...
Madam Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her head.
Yep, she wants me.
Ma'am! Keep your fucking clothes on! She's done.
Thanks, boys.
Just like the Parquet commercial. Yeah, you're not wrong.
The crocodile mask is made of genuine crocodile head.
Oh, that's sick.
It looks heavy, hot, and smelly. The veil belonged to the fortune teller. It's covered with shiny, iridescent sequins. That item cannot... That object...
Yeah, we're gonna use the magnifying glass.
Gabriel examines the veil with a magnifying glass.
Looks like there's a scale we can take.
Gabriel has no reason to use the tweezers on the veil at the moment. Those two objects would have no... Gabriel examines the veil with a magnifying glass.
It just says to compare it to our scale. So I'm like, I don't know if we have to pull it off or not.
Gabriel magnifies
They
the
look
scale
kind of
from
similar.
The iridescent scale is brilliantly hued with greens and purples. Gabriel examines the veil with a magnifying glass. That sequin looks a little strange. Why, it's a snake scale.
There we go. We had to look closer at it. My bad. Now can I take it off?
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil.
Snake scale veil. Why, it's a snake scale.
Gabriel magnifies the scale from the fortune teller. The
It's not the same.
iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh well. Well, that was fun. Okay, put your magnifying glass down. My goodness. Let's get... Wait. Hold on. Let's go visit our artist friend. So I think our artist friend's supposed to be done with the picture. Let me in. Go!
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow, this is great.
Uh-huh. Just don't, like, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and good luck.
Sick. Look at us getting shit done today.
The reconstructed Veve was done for Gabriel by a technical artist.
Cool. Alright. Well, I don't know what we can do with that yet, but that's something. Let's go to the university and listen to the lecture about African religion. Where's Achilles? Moonbeam resonance. What's that supposed to be? Oh, it's a graduation cap. Oh, Achilles is here, just quietly sitting, huh? I thought you weren't here, friend.
It looks like the lecture is just starting. Gabriel decides to record the session.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of the subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all those spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices.
Early pagan practices.
Sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick.
This is so vague. It means nothing.
Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions.
Sir.
I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. And this is called being ridden. The human worshiper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity.
That is the actual terminology, by the way.
The Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god. Ezruli, the mistress of love. Papa Nabal,
Me and Alex just like,
Lord of death. Agwe, the spirit of water. Legba, spirit of the crossroads. And the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the Lord of Destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
The tribe-specific Loa can have as
God,
much
Gabriel.
power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called houndfors. Their priests, Hungan or Bokors. Their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a
Same
voodoo
one.
houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a poto mitan. The ritual circle is prepared with a veve, a pattern of symbols. Each tribe's veve is slightly different, consisting of complex symbols that identify their special Loa. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems or animal masks and markings was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used
Alex, what do you
during
mean
the
this isn't
conclaves include
specific?
the ritual gourd or asson,
This 1993 video game?
ritual knife or kubasa.
That knife gives me the chills.
The ritual whip or fouet cache. And the ritual coffin or seke madule. These items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. Mama Law is the supreme woman. She... butterflies. Fireflies.
What? Oh my god, Gabriel. Gabriel! Wake the fuck up!
Firelight. No, what is it? Gabriel?
What? I can't see.
Are we having our dream?
Gabriel, get in.
Yeah, it's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
What in the world?
Hide, Gabriel, hide.
No, no, let me out. Help.
Young man, the lecture is over.
Gabriel just having fucking night terrors in the lecture hall. No, let me out, help, no, Alex, to be fair, in the last stream when we were talking to the guy at the Voodoo Museum, he covered a lot about the, like... he covered a lot about the history of Voodoo and how it started and stuff, in, like, quite a bit of detail, actually. So this was more of, like, a zoom out, I guess.
Gabriel scans the bulletin board. Greek night at the Alpha Psi Omega frat house. It looks like it took place sometime last spring.
That's it? That's all we got?
There's a door on one side of the stage.
I'm like, is there anything else for us to do here besides listen? Let's go. Let's go talk to Buddy.
Are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you have walked into my private office, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here. If you figure it out, let me know.
The fuck? Sorry, I'm losing my mind because he has the statue that's the statue that Sargon of Akkad used for like so long as his icon, like the fucking right-wing nut job. Right here. And I started laughing as I'm just like, oh no! Not Sargon, fuck! The fish.
Exotic fish lend even more color to the cluttered office. Dr. Hartridge's office is crowded with masks, carved figures, and strange objects.
Strange objects. What's this guy?
The squatter grins maliciously at Gabriel.
Squatter.
It's an enormous stone head.
How does this university lecturer have all this stuff?
The carved stone head looks African and very old. An old globe sits atop Hartridge's file cabinet. Dr. Hartridge... That mask is quite hideous.
Rude.
Dr. Hartridge's desk is remarkably neat, especially considering the rest of the room.
Achilles, stop. Hi. I'm a writer.
Your lecture was terrific.
You fell asleep.
Oh, you think so? You were snoring so loud I didn't think you'd heard it.
Holy fuck. We're terrible.
And if I pick your brain?
Pick your brain?
Not if it will get you out of my office.
This guy hates us. Wow. Do you know anything about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps next time you could stay awake and learn something.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
I've read about them in the papers. I must admit to some interest.
It's fine, I hate us too.
But according to the newspapers, the voodoo aspect is faked, so I haven't really pursued it. You know how Americans, especially Hollywood, treats voodoo. I'm sure there are many so-called practitioners out there that have no idea what they're doing or the power they're playing with.
It's what I find very, very fun about this game is that like what I find very, very enjoyable is that the only people that will actually talk to us about voodoo are white motherfuckers. And the black folks who do talk to us about it are clearly not telling us everything. Slash refuse to tell us anything. And I'm like, good.
What can you tell? You already.
Okay.
What do you know? As I said, I don't know anything but what the papers say. According to them, there's no reason for me to be interested.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasional fragment of voodoo practices in the everyday culture of New Orleans.
Anything else?
What else can you tell me about?
The Catholic Church has always dominated in New Orleans, and its imagery, in turn, has dominated New Orleans voodoo.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
If there's more you wish to know, perhaps you should read my books.
Read my books.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes.
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight.
A what? A zoologist?
About reptiles.
Zoologist. That's not how that's pronounced.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. But June 23rd has been a sacred day since the earliest times. Ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent on that day.
Oh.
A burning wheel.
Wheel. Anything else?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I'm not in the habit of repeating myself, Mr. Knight.
We're just badgering this man, and I love it.
Do you have any idea what Cabrice encore means?
Cabrice encore? Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in voodoo are usually of the animal variety. Chickens, wolves, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
Why is that kind of sexy? Anyway.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat
colloquial
interesting from a purely intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true voodoo practices.
I mean, he said it was a Haitian saying, so I wonder if it's like a regional thing.
What was that translation for Cabrice?
Say it again.
Say
it again.
I'm not in the habit of repeating myself, Mr. Knight.
Do you know anything about Marie?
I'm not in the habit.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African voodoo religions.
Do you know?
I'm not in the habit of repeating myself, Mr. Knight.
I'm gonna say it over and over again just to rile up Achilles.
Tell me about bebés.
If you'd taken notes during my lecture, you wouldn't have to ask.
How many times can we get him to say he doesn't repeat himself?
Tell me about
what?
Bebés.
If you'd taken notes.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I'm afraid I can't help you there, Mr. Knight.
Tell me about yourself.
All right, Mr. Knight, I'm 35.
35? He's so young.
At this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge. My doctorate
Sir.
was obtained at Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse, in religious studies. I'm an agnostic, but I find human belief systems fascinating. I specialize in African religions because I grew up there.
Oh.
My father was a Protestant missionary.
Gag.
And I am heterosexual when I practice sex at all, which isn't very often. Any other questions?
No.
Fine.
Why did he tell us he's heterosexual? He thinks they're fucking hitting on him. This weird guy who fell asleep during his lecture who looks like that barged into his office and is like, tell me about yourself. And he's like, well, I'm straight. Are you fucking kidding me? What? It's like, I'm a straight man. Any man who feels the need to say I'm a heterosexual, not that I fuck, is not straight. Yeah. I mean, what, his father was a Protestant missionary? He's repressed as fuck. Oh my god. Can someone fix that auto mod, please? Keith. Burb. Somebody. I don't want to click out of the window. Thank you. I don't fuck, but if I did fuck, I'd fuck women specifically. He wants to suck 80 dicks in a gay club.
I'd really like to know more about you.
There have been several articles written about me, Mr. Knight, as well as blurbs on my book jackets. If you want a biography, read.
You sure?
I'd really like to...
There have been...
Okay.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
It's, very rare. Most voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible if that's the gods demand.
Theoretically
For example,
possible.
one of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Azuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Azuli is the gentlest of Loa, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Hungan tremble before a possession by one of the more violent Loa, such as Papanita. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that the Loa will simply take it for themselves.
So, Selena, you missed that we asked this guy. This guy's a university lecturer. We asked about him, and he felt the need to tell us that he's heterosexual. So... I don't know why. Yeah, we've just been roasting the shit out of this man.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps...
What else can you...
If there's more...
Come on.
What can you tell...
I'm not in
There
the
we
habit
go.
of repeating myself, Mr. Knight.
It was the weirdest thing, Selena. Like, legitimately the weirdest thing. Let's show him some of our inventory. We got a lot of cool stuff to show him. We can't ask him about himself anymore. He says to read his biographies. Look at this.
Can you tell me anything about this pattern?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back.
Oh, can we steal anything while he's gone? Oh. No, he's literally gonna come right back.
Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating baby. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself. Each of the symbols in the Veve represents something, a Loa, a place. Where did you get this?
Have you heard of the Voodoo Murders?
No, you're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, They're wrong.
You think this Veve is authentic, then?
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I'm, undercover. You can contact me at the St. George's bookshop in the quarter.
All right. Now, I'd like to get started on this if you don't mind.
Achilles, you in the auto mod today, my god. Okay, well that was really good. You know what? It's just because it's different combinations of like the different words together. That's what's catching you. No worries, Burb. Just Achilles is being trouble, like usual. I'm gonna show him my cool new mask I spent $100 on. Look at this thing.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No, I'm afraid.
Oh. Yeah, you keep objectivizing, yeah. It probably isn't anything else, but we'll just give it a shot.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No, I've never seen those symbols. Therefore, they're probably meaningless.
Therefore.
Really? Are you sure?
I am never wrong, Mr. Knight. Therefore, sure is not in my vocabulary.
Pardon? Pardon? I'm never wrong. Sir. This 35-year-old tenured fucking... Get fucked, man. Ooh, my daddy was a Protestant missionary in Africa. Yeah. Okay. Never wrong about how hard his cock is. God. I like how Automon's like that. That's fine. We're not even gonna bother with that one. Okay, I'm just gonna double check there's nothing else for us to do here before I leave. Oh, murder photo. It's like one of the only things I didn't show.
Is there anything you can tell me about the voodoo aspects of this photograph?
This is serious voodoo ritual. Nasty stuff.
In what way?
Let's see. I can't make out much detail from this photograph. Except for the corpse, of course. But the wound, the face, and what little I can see of the ritual paraphernalia. Reminds me of certain black voodoo practices. Very rare. I've never witnessed them myself, you understand.
Really? Interesting. Thanks.
Thanks. I'm just like, what the fuck? Who did Mosley talk to?
Up for a few more questions?
Gee, I'd love to.
Like, who did Mosley talk to like, get the confirmation that's not voodoo? Because, like, come on. Alright, tell me what black voodoo is.
Tell me what you mean by black voodoo.
Keith.
Well, like any religion, the beliefs can tend toward positive or negative ends. Can be used for good or evil. Christianity, for example, has its doppelganger, Satanism. Anytime you attempt to set up an icon to
Satanism! On the bingo card, let's go!
Mind to worship it. The same is true of voodoo. There are
not what Satanism is, but okay.
Power from the darker.
Listen, he's never wrong. He's never wrong. Super totally straight voice. No. What? No, I'm not gay. Achilles says hi, Keith. He's getting me more wine. I asked him about black voodoo, and he said that all religions have a dark aspect to them, and like the dark aspect of Christianity is Satanism. Yeah, that face, exactly. Right?
What's the dark aspect of Halloween?
Hades, I guess, because dead stuff.
The dark aspect of Satanism.
Whoa! Okay. Reddit would love this game. I mean, guy. I'm never wrong. That was a genuine slip up. Oh, okay. Okay, then just leave. How come there's just like a leave button? Just leave. Just get out of here.
I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Okay. Do I need to open that door? Yeah, I probably do. Well, that was fun. I'll see you later. Okay, so let's go back to the quarter. Let's go and visit this old lady that we're stalking. Just normal shit we do. Okay, let's operate the door knocker.
Yes? Who is it?
Magazine subscription for sale. I'm writing an article on Voodoo. Let me in.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
writing an article on Voodoo, and I heard that you...
I am a good Catholic, young man. Take your evil influence elsewhere.
But I just have a few questions.
I can feel the evil eye. Go away.
Okay, let's try again. Say magazine subscriptions. I just want to see the dog dance.
Who is it?
Magazine subscriptions for sale.
I have some fine magazine subscriptions for sale.
I'm sorry, but I'm not interested.
I'm selling pet supplies.
I've got some great pet supplies. Could you cool little doggy?
Castro has everything he needs. Don't you, Castro?
Thanks a lot, Castro.
Land shark.
You are no Bill Murray.
Please let me talk to you.
Please let me talk to you, Madame Cazanou.
I don't talk to strangers, young man.
Ah! How do I get to talk to her? Need a disguise. This is, okay, this is fucking unreal. You guys aren't even gonna believe where we're going next. What did she say? She's a good Catholic woman. This is gonna be the straightest thing that we're gonna do. The straightest possible thing. Where do I go? Why are we so far away from me? Can I go in the store? She wants some priest RP. Fuck. Yeah, take your time, Gabriel. That's fine. Just walk in, start fucking taking shit. Gotta go talk to her buddy.
The closet shelves are stocked with the odds and ends of a saintly life. In other words, nothing Gabriel is familiar with. A freshly starched black priest's shirt stands out against the white robes in the closet.
I'll take that.
I can't resist black.
I'm just like, how many crimes have we fucking committed? Like, just in general.
It's a picture of Christ.
Gabriel's like, who is that? Who's this bearded guy?
The vase adds a nice touch.
I love my hair.
Who's he? He's hot. That's what I'm gonna say next time I have an opportunity. Keith, Keith, it is my turn with the brain cell. What? General crime. Okay. Oh my god, okay. So, like, is it in my inventory? Yeah. Can I...
Those two...
Yeah, okay.
It's a priest's shirt.
Can I wear it, though? Like, how do I...
That
I know.
That object does not...
How do I wear it? How do I... Okay. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, let's leave. Apparently we need to do something else.
Gabriel cannot go in there.
Oh.
That's the priest part of the confessionals.
I'm sorry, can we confess? I'm sorry, what? Are we actually able to confess right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
May I help you, my child?
Can I ask you a few questions? What can you tell me about voodoo?
Can I ask you a few questions?
The confessional is not the best place for interviews, son. You can contact the parish offices if you need private counseling.
I understand. Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Can you tell me about New Orleans? I'd like to make a confession.
I'd like to make a confession.
What?
All right. If it will make you feel better.
Gabriel was ready to get on
I
his...
just need an overall apology to the universe.
I see. Apology noted.
Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Goodbye, then. Peace go with you.
I want to make a confession. I'm just sorry in general. To the universe, not to God.
The confessional is empty.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let me leave. Just let me go. Oh. Wow. How do I leave? That's how I leave. That was the funniest fucking thing. I like that he was... Fucking boy knew how to kneel. And then was just immediately like, just general, I'm sorry. For what? Not everything. Oh man, okay. We have to go home to change our shirt, I think.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Priest fucked off after that. He was like, this isn't worth it. Oh my god, okay. So...
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions.
We need to use hair gel.
Hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products.
So, can I operate the hair products?
The medicine cabinet. The medicine...
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Thanks for the clip, Achilles. Can I change into my fucking shit now, maybe?
My hair looks perfect the way it is at the moment.
Okay. I'm glad it's, like, pink. It's very gay. My hair.
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
Alright. Well, okay. I like how the things I struggle with... The things I struggle with in this game is I'm like, but how do I do the thing that I'm supposed to do? I just came to pick up my hair gel, Grace.
Don't hurry back on my account.
I'm just like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm like, how do I make Gabriel know what we're supposed to do? You know? Okay, change into the shirt now, you fucking idiot.
The black shirt won't do Gabriel much good the way it is.
Do I have to open the...
That object does not open.
Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Gabriel doesn't want to open that jar until he's ready to use the hair gel. It will...
This is really annoying. I'm just annoyed that the guide's like, oh, you need a disguise. And I'm like, how do I put it on?
Yes. Who is it?
Magazine subscriptions.
I have some fine magazine subscriptions for sale.
I'm sorry, but I'm not interested.
I've got some great pet supplies. Coochie coo little doggy.
Castro has everything he needs. Don't you, Castro?
Thanks. Hi, I'm doing an article on voodoo, and I heard that you...
Don't you know? This house is under the protection of the saints. Now, go away.
Do you seriously think I need to go back to the cathedral and, like, find more shit? I'm like... I'm just annoyed because my guide is just like, get a priest disguise. Use the hair gel. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, you can't do these things. You're not allowed. Gabriel doesn't want to change his hair. Gabriel doesn't want to wear the disguise. Yeah, take your time. It's fine. Okay, so is there anything else I have to take? Oh.
Well, you never know when a priest's collar will come in handy.
Nothing on that shelf. Nothing.
Hey. Maybe he sucks priest's dick. My god. Okay, now can I wear it?
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
Okay. There's no reason to wear it, you guys. We at least put the collar on it. Listen, you think I know what the fuck I'm doing? You steal the painting. You just go up to some fucking woman's house and you're like, listen, I'm Catholic. Why else would I have this giant painting of Jesus with me? Would a not priest have this? Okay, like, are we changing in front of her door or what? Right? I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to change. Like, you guys see me trying. I am trying. I am trying very hard to do this task. It didn't help that the narrator laughed at me when I tried to put this shirt on. Put the shirt on.
All right, but this is private.
It's private? No, let me see. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Gabriel.
The things I do for my art.
He has to change in front of the door because it's the only place they want the animation to play. Yeah, they're like, this is the only place we want him to be in this look. Alright. Let's operate the... Look at his... He's just so fucking...
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you say? You must be new in the parish.
He's doing an accent.
Do come in.
He's doing a... He's doing a fucking Irish accent. Why is he doing an Irish... Woman.
Please be seated, Father.
Look at this lady's house.
Now, what can I do for you?
This is ridiculous. The amount of lying. Why do they keep asking Tim Curry to do accents he can't do? Do you think they asked him? Or do you think he was like, I'll do it. I'll just do it.
Madame seems to like candles. Gabriel wonders if these two are specialties of Mr. Walker's shop.
Trying to get the painting.
It's a painting of a pretty young lady in old-fashioned clothes.
Madame, in younger days?
Good heavens, no, father.
Madame's antiques are probably worth something.
Gabriel.
Madame finds comfort in these iconic images, it seems. There's an old-fashioned jewelry box on the coffee table.
Weird.
The tea service has been polished recently. Madame uses it with her Creole sisters, perhaps? Madame's parlor is full of carefully dusted and polished relics of her past. The painting behind the couch is a Madonna in child.
Look at this sick snake.
The folding screen has a colorful pattern. It looks oriental.
Just stop trying to bone every woman you meet. Challenge.
Like all good hostesses, Madame has candy out for her guests.
I want some
These
candy.
appear to be several decades old.
I'm gonna be real with you. I thought these were tiny crabs. Oh, she's a Madonna fan? Yeah.
It's so nice of you to invite me in.
Ah, but no, Mope. I am always happy to see one of the good fathers.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, my child?
Of course not, Mope.
I want a piece of ice cream cake and I regret not having another. Oh, I wish you had another. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Should we ask about Voodoo right off the bat? He's aged 10 years. That is his costume for the local kink party. No. I'm gonna do it.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
He's gonna do it all in
I'm
Irish.
just a foolish old woman, but I know the things they do. My family's been in New Orleans since 1750, so I know more than most. Voodoo people are all over the city, in the shops, everywhere. They'll curse you like that, and most people don't even notice. Spit on your bread at the bakery. Take strands of your hair at the store when you try on the clothes. You have to be so careful. But I know their ways, so I can protect myself. I know how to use the magic too, and I can counteract their evil spells.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Voodoo Murders? Ha! They are nothing new to me, father. They happen all the time. I hardly go out anymore. It's too dangerous in the streets. They can get you anywhere, you know. Even here in this room. But I try not to let them know about me. That's
This woman
the best
is
way.
very funny. What do you know about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
The only true Orleanians are French.
Oh my god, I'm losing
My
it.
family were among the original settlers of New Orleans. They came here from France. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now it barely hangs on by its
It used to be so gay. I know she means like gay as in happy and joyous, probably. What do you know about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
She's having the weirdest conversation of her life.
Evil creatures. Did you know that evil people can send them into your dreams? They can. That's why I never sleep.
Wait.
Right, thanks.
She never sleeps, okay. But she told Buddy at the fucking store the other day that she hadn't slept because someone cursed her. What is going on? This woman's nuts.
What can you tell me about
I'm
St.
actually
John's
25.
Eve?
St. John's Eve? Mais oui. I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at Sandwick Cathedral. Of course, it is also a night of great wickedness, worse than All Hallows Eve. They will corrupt anything, Father.
They? They who?
Oh, you know.
This woman is absolutely nuts and I love her.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sankor means?
Mais oui, I know. I bet you do not, Father, n'est-ce pas?
I mean, don't eat the chili. I'm gonna say the actual thing.
It means goat without horns.
Oh, Father, you surprise me. You do know what it means. You know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being? That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart. Pure evil murder.
Okay. Let's keep going down the list.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She was only a front for the real evildoers, Father. And that's the truth about Marie Laveau.
Oh.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
I just love that, like, she was just minding her business and some guy was badgering her to get inside. And then a random Irish priest shows up and starts asking her about voodoo. Like...
Do you know anything about Veves?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Oh, yes, Father. It is the wickedest kind. The kind they practice here in New Orleans.
Tell me more about black voodoo.
I already told you, black voodoo is what they practice here.
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
No,
Schattenjäger.
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about human sacrifice here in New Orleans?
My great-grandmother could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans. But the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
Real voodoo queens.
Who were the real voodoo
Who were the real queens?
My great-grandmother told me that Laveau was just a front, a flamboyant decoy.
Flamboyant.
She distracted authorities from the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo enfant. That's what they call the temples. It's so secret, most of the voodoo people in the city don't even know about it. The real voodoo queen controlled Laveau, gave her a little bit of power, and used her like a puppet.
Huh.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I am Creole. My family has been in New Orleans for over 200 years. Real New Orleanians are French, you see. These days the city is overrun with people with no heritage at all. No offense, Father, but it's true. But the French, naturellement, will always be the true blood of New Orleans.
Okay. I'm just gonna click through and see if she has anything else to say about anything.
Tell me more about...
It's just plain evil. It's dangerous to even discuss it.
Hey.
Tell me... What do you know about...
They'll hear you.
What can you tell me about...
You know, I can stroll the streets of the French Quarter and see in my mind's eye the way it used to be. It was wonderful in the old days.
This old bitch.
What can you tell me?
New Orleans isn't what it used to be, I can tell you. There's too few of the real people left.
We should kill her. Nah, she's old. Life will kill her soon.
What can you tell me?
New Orleans isn't what it used to be.
Yeah. About snakes.
Do you know anything about snakes?
It would be bad luck to talk.
Okay.
What can you tell?
I don't think...
Hey.
Tell me more.
She was only
Alright, we just heard that.
That Cabri Sankar thing.
It's giving racist. It is.
Do not continue to tease me, father. You know what it means as well as I.
Do you know...
No.
Okay.
Can you tell me any...
What is there to tell? They cut your heart out.
Is there anything else you remember about the real Voodoo Queen?
Well, my great-grandmother said that the real Voodoo Queen was the most beautiful woman on earth. She had the most incredible copper-colored skin.
Is there anything else?
Well, they are all brides of Satan.
Oh.
Other than that, I can't think of anything.
Other than that, okay.
Can you tell me anything else about humans?
What is...
Alright, I think that's enough. Let me just double check there's nothing else we need to do before we leave. One level. Oh, wait.
Do you mind?
If you...
Oh, we didn't get to ask about this.
Tell me more about this secret voodoo hound fool.
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear the drums at night, oh yes. That's why I am so ill. I tell you, those drums...
Okay.
But we shouldn't talk about it. They'll hear us. It's the devil's work that happens there. I can tell you. I'll show you something. Something secret. You mustn't tell anyone, father.
I swear on my collar.
Here it is, mon père. A true object of evil if there ever was one.
It radiates something, all right.
It belonged to my great-grandmother. She told my mother that it was a token to gain entrance to the real voodoo ceremonies.
You don't say.
To tell you the truth, I always felt nervous about having it in the house. You know, evil influence and all.
Oh, I can see how you would, yes.
And yet, I could never part with it. It's been in the family for generations. Would you bless it for me, father? I feel strange asking such a thing of you, but surely you understand.
Bless this bracelet of a snake, even though its vibes aren't great. Let it do nobody harm when they wear it on their arm.
Gabriel.
Voodoo spirits, go away. Don't come back another day. And now, let us pray.
Oh my god, Gabriel! Gabriel!
It's a bracelet in the shape of a snake.
Oh.
I think that's enough, father.
Oh, right. Here you go.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Right, pick up the...
Father McLaughlin would never steal from one of his flocks.
Can I take a candy?
The candy looks
Oh.
too old.
Let me see if I can get her to show it for me again.
Do you mind if I ask you?
If you...
Snake bracelet.
Can I see that snake bracelet again? I'm not sure the first blessing took, and I'd like to re-bless it.
All right. I do it.
I'd like to re-bless it, please. Fuck.
Here's the bracelet, Father.
Bless this bracelet of a snake, even though its fives aren't great. Let it do nobody harm.
This is the stupidest thing. I love it.
On their arm. Voodoo spirits, go away. Don't come back another day. And now, let us pray.
So get this. No, let me use it. How do I do it?
Gabriel has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless, this circlet of silver. Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
We took an impression of the bracelet
Much better now.
with the clay. Alright, time to leave.
Well, madame, I must be going.
Of course, Father. I know how busy you must be tending your flock.
Okay.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Okay. So we gotta go talk to Grandma now about Buddy who called us. Saying that he was part of our family. Okay, time to be weirdly incestuous with Grandma, I think.
It's my favorite grandson. How nice.
Your only grandson, but nice try, Gran.
Make yourself at home, son.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
We gotta ask her about new stuff also over here. Wow, there's so many things. Can I ask her about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know. Local kinds?
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parts, but they can't hurt you.
Thanks, Gran.
Thanks, Gran. I mean, there's a lot of this we don't need to ask, so it's fine.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers.
Love a reveler.
They heard us, and I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
Oh.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau? Of course! She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she?
That voodoo woman.
Preyed on people's fears and superstitions is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran. And do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
Gabriel, my goodness! What are you up to these days?
Nothing, Gran, really.
Better not be. You know you're the only family.
Granny, she's dead. She can't hurt us.
I know, Gran. It's okay.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Why, no, dear. Do you mean Mardi Gras masks?
Never mind, Gran.
Oh my god.
Do you know anything about Veves?
What, dear?
Never mind.
I love asking her things. She has no idea what we're talking about.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Is that something new?
I don't think so.
I don't know much about any kind of voodoo, Gabriel.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I don't know what else to...
Yeah, she's only talking. Okay.
Do you know anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally Ritter. I never learned much about his family, but from things he said, I always thought he had a brother back in Germany. I don't know if Wolfgang Ritter is related to your granddad or not.
Is that all we got?
Do you know anyone?
I don't know what...
Okay.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
You.
Okay. That's it. Come and get that info. Off we go.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Okay, so it looks like we have one more place to go. No, two more places to go. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I don't think we actually have to be here. I'm just double checking. No, we actually don't need to be here. Sorry, we only have one place left to go then. My bad. Gabriel, exit. Go, exit. Exit. Go. Please. Holy fuck.
You've already got me, you luck.
Okay. Please. 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 Please leave. I would love to leave. That was so difficult for no reason. For some reason, some of the screens, it's like really difficult. Alright, we're gonna hang out at the bar!
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Look at this guy.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I'm no expert. You might want to talk to someone who believes.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
Great.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can you tell?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
What can you tell?
You should probably find a...
You should probably try and find a book.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
Oh, just anything.
Man, you ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
Voodoo holiday.
Does the phrase Caprice encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Yeah, there's no
Sure.
gays here.
She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
Oh, Father Gabriel. Sorry, what was the name? His weird Irish name that he made it? McLaughlin or something?
Do you know anything about Vives?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. I wish I was ignorant to everything.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
McLaughlin?
Black
Yeah.
voodoo? Nah. I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. This makes me depressed.
I love perversion and weirdos. I just want to be gay and stupid, truly. Tired of being gay and smart. Why was that the funniest video? It was so funny. This YouTuber we watched made a whole video where he was like fake crying and he was like, I don't want to be gay and smart anymore. Everyone wants to know my opinion. I don't want to have an opinion. I just want to be gay and stupid. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They played every day for 20 years.
Jesus Christ.
Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games.
Jesus.
It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time.
Anyway, sounds gay.
Anyway, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really? Thanks.
Thanks. Because they're in love, he lets his boyfriend win. Yes.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooine and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day, he went up and talked to the girl. And, sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife. Poor guy.
What heterosexual nonsense was that?
So what has Sam told you?
That's about all I...
Alright, so let's see if we can talk to Sam.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
Yeah, well, this isn't a good game. This is torture.
Oh well, have fun.
What is that voice?
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This isn't a game. It's a slaughter.
He's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
I'm just like looking at the fucking guide because I'm like, I don't have patience. I've drank almost 2 glasses of wine, so. Gambling oil.
Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game. That's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, you bastard.
I ain't never needed a cheat yet, you loser.
These voices are unreal.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Making good salad dressing. This is powerful voodoo oil.
This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
This voodoo oil can make a nun get lucky.
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
Course, using voodoo might not be fair.
Ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Marcus? Using voodoo? That old bastard.
Pitiful, isn't it?
Let me see that bottle. Oh, this looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard.
Stonewall, give me a Pim's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
How much you think I'd put in here?
Careful. You don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Are you supposed to
Come on already. I'm ready to...
drink voodoo oils?
We'll see about that.
Thought
Mr.
oils are
Smiley
like
Big
more
Mouth.
for like anointing things.
Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate!
Very weird.
You are the biggest butthead Sam Singleton that I ever met.
Look at this man dance. Look at him go.
Aaron, just put this chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Wow, sore loser.
Hallelujah! I did it! Yippee!
Yippee.
Nice game.
Nice game. Hell, I was brilliant. Of course, I gotta give
Gay
some
dance, though,
credit
yeah.
to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
Okay, let's chit chat.
Can I ask you some questions now?
Look, I'd be glad to help you out, but I've been stuck in this bar too long.
He's been stuck in this bar for 20 years, okay?
Can I ask you some questions?
Look.
Okay, so anyway, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to show him this thing because he's a jeweler.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this? A clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one.
How are you supposed to figure this out?
This for you.
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn
Was this guy
game.
like cursed to play chess until he won?
Tomorrow. Meet me here.
Great, thanks.
I feel like it takes more than overnight to do something like that, but sure. Yes, he was. Alright, well that's it, you guys. We finished our day. We did it. I like that a day, like if you know what to do, is like 2 hours exactly. It's perfect.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Oh boy, party time.
I wonder if we have anything that we need her to research. We're gonna ask her some new stuff, though.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Gotta ask you some fucking weird questions.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo fool?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't. But it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that? Do you know anything about Veve?
I told you, I can't help you with that.
We didn't ask you that before, but okay.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
What a pattern.
I have a pattern I need you to research.
How interesting. What is it?
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims. The ones done in flour and blood.
Ugh! You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around. Who knows what these symbols mean?
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want. But check it out for me, would you?
I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Now, what are you getting yourself into?
Nothing you need to know about. Do you?
I know there are dark forms of any major religion. Where there's a yin, there's a yang.
Speaking of yin and yang...
But no, I don't know anything really about voodoo,
What?
dark
No.
or otherwise. Sorry.
Alright. Okay, fam. I'm not gonna... You want me to go back? What do I need to do?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Are you sure you don't know anything about black?
You are desperate. I told you I can't help you.
It's funny that you're like, I hate him. I'm like, I love him. What a bastard. I love a fictional bastard. Terrible, you know? Anyway, I've decided that we're not going to, actually, the day is not ending. Hold on. One sec. Oh, have I not done everything? Sorry, one sec. The day should just, like, end. This is strange. Sorry, one second, you guys. Maybe you have to finish your weird racist remark. Which one? I'm just like, I feel like we did everything. Huh. It's like I'm going through all the hints, and it looks like I've done all the things, so I don't know what I could possibly be missing. This is very weird. Huh, hold on. There is something else. There is something else.
Out. See ya.
See ya. Going back in the confessionals, folks. Apparently there's something we're supposed to notice in one of these.
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling on that wall.
May I help you, my child?
Is that all I was supposed to notice? The glory hole. I found it.
Could you give me a blessing?
Do you feel the need for a blessing, son?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
All right, if it will comfort you.
The priest blesses Gabriel through the confessional window.
Peace be with you, son.
Thank you, Father.
So is that it? Am I just supposed to notice it?
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling.
Literally the hint is just like, did you notice it? And that's it. And I'm like, is that it? Did I just have to notice it? Am I supposed to do anything with it?
The knothole is part of the paneling.
Huh. Yeah, it's not in this one. Weird. He loves a good knothole. So is that it?
May I help you, my child?
I'm busy. I'm making a confession.
I'd like to make a confession.
Imagine not being able to process because you didn't look at a hole.
I've had impure thoughts about a woman I met.
Oh my god.
You mean thoughts of sexual relations?
You could say that, but worse than what you mean.
Gabriel!
Worse? You mean extreme sexual relations?
Well, not involving animals.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Oh, well, I see. Perhaps we should just
Gabriel.
Pray for forgiveness and say 10 rosaries. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Goodbye, then. Peace go with you.
Can I press on this?
The knothole is parted.
Can I open it?
The knothole...
The knothole doesn't seem to open.
The knothole doesn't seem to do that. The knothole...
The knothole doesn't operate that way.
Nothing to operate.
Okay, is that it? Was that what I was supposed to do? Are you serious? The knothole, the knothole, the knothole, the knothole. Knothole. I like when the game just is talking about me. The knothole. We done?
Phew, it's humid out there. Made it back though.
Oh boy, party time.
We done? Oh my god, are we not done? I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like... I am seriously at a loss.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Never mind, there is something else. The strap posts on the bed? Yes, I heard that. Sorry, I was reading. I did hear it. Listen, I don't always react to unhinged things.
I'm out of here.
Not always. Sometimes I'm like, yeah.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Listen, who among us doesn't have straps connected to their bed? Whom? Apparently there's something to see here. Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't know there was another area. Sick. Where do I go?
Malia.
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
I didn't have an automatic door.
My family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
I noticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else.
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Don't grab with it.
Whatever for.
I can't stop thinking about you. I've been in your thoughts too. I can see it in your eyes.
Sir, this is the
Mr.
Wendy's.
Knight, you don't know anything about me. I'm not in a position to get involved.
Sir, this is a cemetery.
I've said it a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know we can't fight it. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I have so many obligations. My family is very traditional. You wouldn't understand.
Hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof 100 times.
Oh my god.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you've got more money than God. Do you think I care? Do you think that's why I'm saying this?
Jesus fucking Christ, Gabriel.
Why don't you come see my world? I have a little bookshop, St. George's on Bourbon.
I know.
See? I knew it. You're crazy about me,
The way
too.
she tightens.
Come back tonight. Please.
Please.
My world isn't so bad.
I'm sorry, but there's no place
Men
for
are
someone
unhinged.
like you in my life. Not now, not ever.
You guys know... Whoa, there she goes. You guys know that scene in Phantom of the Opera where Christine goes to the cemetery and then the Phantom and her boyfriend have a big fight?
To the east, there is only the back wall.
Okay. Well, that was fun. So... I'm gonna do something wild, and what I'm gonna do... Oh my god. Please. Gabriel. I'm going to, God. I'm gonna get to the proper screen of the cemetery, and I'm gonna save here, actually, so that we don't miss the morning, because I can't save in that situation. So, let's save. Oh, I can make it narrator text. Hell yes. Okay. Okay. How do I... Oh, that's... You know what? You guys... Okay. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today. That's going to be it until Tuesday. So come back Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to move on to day 4. We're going to fucking kill this shit. Everyone have a great weekend. I love you very much. Take care of yourselves. Have a nice sleep, Alex. Good night, everybody. Bye.